discover how DHEA fights inflammation, unveiling its power. Did you know that chronic inflammation can contribute to various health conditions? From heart disease to cancer, the impact of inflammation on our bodies is significant. However, there's a promising ally in the fight against inflammation: DHEA. This hormone, specifically dihydroepiandrosterone sulfate, or dihydroepiandrosterone sulfate, has shown remarkable potential as an anti-inflammatory agent. Researchers and medical professionals are particularly interested in its effects on oral dihydroepiandrosterone and serum dihydroepiandrosterone levels. Inflammation occurs when our immune system responds to harmful stimuli, such as injury or infection. Inflammatory cells release inflammatory cytokines and other mediators that trigger an immune response. But what if we could manage this process more effectively by regulating hormonal responses? That's where DHEA, also known as dihydroepiandrosterone sulfate or dihydroepiandrosterone sulfate, comes into play. DHEA, also known as dihydroepiandrosterone sulfate or dihydroepiandrosterone sulfate, plays a vital role in modulating the immune system and regulating the production of inflammatory cytokines. By reducing the levels of these pro-inflammatory molecules, oral dihydroepiandrosterone helps combat chronic inflammation and its associated diseases. Research suggests that dihydroepiandrosterone replacement therapy may even inhibit tumor necrosis factor, a key player in many inflammatory diseases. Understanding how dihydroepiandrosterone sulfate DHEA cells affects inflammation management is crucial for unlocking the full potential of dihydroepiandrosterone replacement in treating inflammatory diseases. So let's dive deeper into the fascinating world of DHEA and discover how it holds promise as a powerful weapon against inflammatory diseases. DHEA has been found to regulate inflammatory mediators and suppress inflammatory responses, making it a potential treatment for various inflammatory conditions. DHEA's role in lowering inflammation levels. DHEA, also known as dihydroepiandrosterone, plays a crucial role in regulating the body's inflammatory response, including in conditions like rheumatoid arthritis. Numerous studies have shown that DHEA supplementation can effectively reduce inflammation markers and help balance inflammation levels, which is essential for overall well-being. This is particularly relevant for individuals taking glucocorticoid steroids or insulin. One of the key ways in which dihydroepiandrosterone sulfate HE fights inflammation is by modulating the immune system. It has been found to regulate the production of pro-inflammatory cytokines, molecules that play a significant role in promoting inflammation in conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and systemic lupus erythematosus. By inhibiting the release of these cytokines, DHEA helps prevent excessive and chronic inflammation. In addition to its immune-modulating properties, dihydroepiandrosterone sulfate DHEA also exhibits antioxidant effects. Oxidative stress, which is closely linked to inflammation, can trigger inflammatory responses and contribute to various health conditions such as diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, and autoimmune disorders. However, DHEA acts as an antioxidant by scavenging free radicals and reducing oxidative stress, thereby helping to alleviate inflammation. Studies have shown that individuals with low levels of dihydroepiandrosterone sulfate DHEA are more prone to chronic inflammation, including in cases of rheumatoid arthritis. Low levels of this steroid hormone have been associated with increased cortisol levels, which can further exacerbate inflammatory processes in the body. By replenishing DHEA through supplementation or treatment options under medical supervision, it is possible to restore balance and reduce inflammation. These findings were published in the journal Clin Endocrino. Furthermore, research suggests that dihydroepiandrosterone sulfate DHEA administration may have specific benefits for certain inflammatory diseases characterized by high levels of inflammatory responses. For example, individuals with rheumatoid arthritis often experience joint pain and swelling due to chronic inflammation. Several studies have demonstrated that DHEA replacement therapy can improve symptoms and reduce disease activity in these patients. Additionally, DHEA has been shown to regulate cortisol levels, which can further contribute to the management of inflammatory diseases. Moreover, emerging evidence indicates that adequate levels of dehydroepiandrosterone sulfate A may play a protective role against aging in age-related diseases associated with chronic low-grade inflammation. As we age, DHEA levels naturally decline, and this deficiency may contribute to the development of various health issues. By maintaining optimal DHEA levels through supplementation, it is possible to mitigate the risks of inflammatory responses and promote better overall health in inflammatory cells. Dehydroepiandrosterone, DHEA as an anti-inflammatory agent. Dehydroepiandrosterone, DHEA, is a natural anti-inflammatory hormone and steroid produced by the body. It plays a crucial role in maintaining overall health and well-being, especially as we age. Supplementing with DHEA may offer significant benefits in combating chronic inflammation, which is associated with various diseases and conditions. This is due to its ability to regulate the cortisol ratio and promote an alpha state. One of the key advantages of harnessing endogenous dehydroepiandrosterone, DHEA has its ability to support inflammatory control. Research has shown that DHEA acts as an antioxidant and glucocorticoid, which helps regulate the immune response and reduce inflammation. By modulating these pathways, DHEA can potentially alleviate symptoms associated with inflammatory disorders such as rheumatoid arthritis. The DHEA steroid's impact on the cortisol ratio is particularly beneficial for aging individuals. In individuals with low levels of DHEA, supplementing with DHEA has been found to be effective in reducing inflammation. DHEA treatment can help restore optimal levels of serum dehydroepiandrosterone, leading to improved inflammatory control and combating the effects of aging. Additionally, this therapy can help rebalance the cortisol ratio. Studies have also demonstrated that oral dehydroepiandrosterone, DHEA supplements, can positively influence the activity of steroidogenic enzymes, including hydroxysteroid dehydrogenase. These enzymes play a vital role in regulating the production of steroid hormones involved in the body's inflammatory response. DHEA treatment and DHEA replacement have shown promising results in this regard. Additionally, serum DHEA levels can be improved with the use of DHEA supplements. Furthermore, research suggests that dehydroepiandrosterone, ETA, a steroid, interacts with the glucocorticoid receptor, which plays a central role in controlling inflammation. By binding to this receptor, DHEA can modulate gene expression and inhibit pro-inflammatory cytokines. This finding is significant in the field of clinical endocrinology. Rheumatoid arthritis patients often experience chronic inflammation and joint pain due to an overactive immune system. Studies have indicated that supplementing with dehydroepiandrosterone, a steroid hormone, may help alleviate symptoms associated with this condition. By reducing inflammation and modulating immune responses, DHEA can provide relief. For individuals suffering from rheumatoid arthritis, it is important to note that while DHEA, a steroid hormone, has shown promise as an anti-inflammatory agent for pulmonary inflammation, further research is needed to fully understand its mechanisms of action and potential side effects. As with any supplementation, it is advisable to consult with a healthcare professional before starting oral dehydroepiandrosterone therapy. For more information, refer to the article on PubMed. Understanding the mechanisms behind DHEA's anti-inflammatory effects. DHEA, or dehydroepiandrosterone, is a hormone produced by the adrenal glands. While it is primarily known for its role in hormone balance and vitality, recent research has shed light on its potential as an anti-inflammatory agent, particularly in reducing cortisol levels and combating pulmonary inflammation associated with aging. DHEA modulates immune responses to suppress excessive inflammation. One of the key ways dehydroepiandrosterone, DHEA, a steroid, exerts its anti-inflammatory effects is by modulating immune responses in the body. It has been found, according to an article on PubMed, to regulate the activity of immune cells, such as T cells and macrophages, which play crucial roles in initiating and maintaining inflammatory processes. By suppressing these immune responses, DHEA helps prevent excessive inflammation that can lead to tissue damage and chronic diseases. It inhibits pro-inflammatory cytokines, reducing inflammatory cascades. Pro-inflammatory cytokines, such as tumor necrosis, factor alpha L, and interleukin-6, promote inflammation. Studies have shown that dehydroepiandrosterone DHEA, a steroid, inhibits the production of these cytokines. By blocking their release or reducing their levels, DHEA interrupts inflammatory cascades, dampening overall inflammation. By regulating gene expression, DHEA influences anti-inflammatory pathways. Dehydroepiandrosterone, DHEA, also exerts its anti-inflammatory effects through its influence on gene expression. It has been found to upregulate genes involved in anti-inflammatory pathways while downregulating those associated with pro-inflammatory processes. This regulation, at the genetic level, helps restore balance within the immune system and promotes a more favorable environment for resolving inflammation. This information can be found in a related article on PubMed about the role of DHEA, an anti-inflammatory steroid. DHEA's cardioprotective mechanism against inflammation. In addition to its general anti-inflammatory effects, dehydroepiandrosterone, DHEA hormone, has shown particular promise in protecting against inflammation-related cardiovascular diseases. Research suggests that DHEA can reduce the production of inflammatory markers associated with atherosclerosis, such as C-reactive protein ATRPG and interleukin beta-1 beta. By mitigating inflammation within blood vessels, DHEA may help prevent the development of cardiovascular conditions. This information is supported by an article on PubMed, Understanding the Mechanisms Behind How Dehydroepiandrosterone D, a steroid, fights inflammation is crucial for appreciating its potential therapeutic applications. By modulating immune responses, inhibiting pro-inflammatory cytokines, regulating gene expression, and exerting cardioprotective effects, DHEA demonstrates its multifaceted approach to combating inflammation. This information can be found in an article on PubMed as research on dehydroepiandrosterone, the DHEA, and cortisol in pulmonary inflammation continues to evolve. Further insights into the precise mechanisms of action and potential benefits of DHEA are expected to emerge. Harnessing the power of this hormone may offer new avenues for managing chronic inflammatory conditions and improving overall health. To learn more, check out the article on PubMed, Can DHEA Attenuate Inflammation Induced by LPs? Research suggests that dehydroepiandrosterone, DM, counterinterstitial policy in central, in counteract lipolysis inflammatory responses. LPS triggers an immune response leading to systemic inflammation. However, utilizing DHEA to mitigate LPS-induced inflammation shows promise, as stated in an article on PubMed. LPS, a component found in the outer membrane of certain bacteria like Escherichia coli, can activate the immune system and trigger inflammatory responses. These responses are crucial for fighting infections. However, excessive or prolonged inflammation can lead to various health issues. DHEA, short for dehydroepiandrosterone, is a hormone produced by the adrenal glands. It plays a crucial role in regulating various physiological processes in the body, including cortisol levels. Recent studies, such as the one published in PubMed, warrant its potential anti-inflammatory properties and how it may help reduce inflammation induced by LPS in the brain. Another relevant article on the topic can be found in CASPOB. One study conducted on animal models investigated the effects of dehydroepiandrosterone, DHEA, DHEA supplementation. The results, published in an article on PubMed, showed that DHEA administration significantly reduced pro-inflammatory cytokines production and inhibited the activation of inflammatory pathways triggered by LP's exposure. This suggests that DHEA has the potential to attenuate or dampen the inflammatory response caused by LPs, as stated in an article on Case PM'd. Another study focused on human subjects with septic shock, a severe condition resulting from an overwhelming immune response to infection. The researchers examined whether dihydroepiandrosterone DHEA treatment could modulate the exaggerated inflammatory response seen in septic shock patients. The findings indicated that DHEA administration helped regulate cytokine levels and reduced markers of systemic inflammation in these individuals. This study is available on PubMed and CASPubmed. While more research is needed to fully understand the mechanisms underlying how dihydroepiandrosterone DHEA acts with LPS-induced inflammatory responses, these initial findings provide promising insights into its potential therapeutic applications. For further information, refer to the article on PubMed. It's important to note that while dihydroepiandrosterone DHEA shows promise in mitigating LPS-induced inflammation, individual responses may vary. The optimal dosage and duration of DHEA supplementation for inflammation management have yet to be determined. Therefore, consulting with a healthcare professional before starting any new supplement regimen is essential. Additionally, it is recommended to refer to relevant articles on PubMed and CASPubmed for further information. Harnessing the potential of DHEA for inflammation management. Integrating lifestyle changes, including regular exercise, stress reduction, and a healthy diet with appropriate supplementation optimizes results. A comprehensive approach that includes cortisol and dihydroepiandrosterone is key. While lifestyle changes form the foundation of an anti-inflammatory regimen, certain supplements mentioned in articles on PubMed and CASPubmed can also play a vital role in supporting the body's natural defense against inflammation. Consulting a healthcare professional is vital when considering using exogenous sources of hormones like synthetic or plant-based supplements containing wild yam extracts marketed as natural sources of hormones like progesterone or dihydroepiandrosterone HIE. It is essential to ensure that any DHEA treatment supplementation aligns with your specific health needs and goals, especially if you have low DHEA levels. This is because DHEA plays a crucial role in regulating cortisol levels and supporting brain function. One area where dihydroepiandrosterone has shown promise in inflammation management is through its potential as an adjunct therapy. Clinical trials have explored the use of DHEA in various conditions associated with inflammation, including HIV patients, trauma-induced musculoskeletal injuries, vaginal atrophy, and femoral shaft fractures. To learn more, refer to the article on PubMed and the article on CASPubmed. In a clinical trial published on PubMed and Google Scholar, researchers investigated the effects of dihydroepiandrosterone DHEA treatment in HIV patients experiencing chronic immune activation and inflammation. The results demonstrated that DHEA supplementation led to significant reductions in markers of inflammation, including cortisol, and improved overall brain health outcomes. Furthermore, studies have indicated that dihydroepiandrosterone play a role in regulating inflammatory responses following trauma or musculoskeletal injuries. For example, one study focused on patients undergoing intramedullary nailing for femoral shaft fracture. The researchers found that administering DHEA postoperatively resulted in reduced levels of pro-inflammatory cytokines and enhanced healing processes. This study is available on PubMed, an article database. Moreover, dihydroepiandrosterone has been studied for its potential benefits in managing vaginal atrophy associated with hormonal imbalances during menopause. Clinical trials, as mentioned in the article CASPubmed and Google Scholar, have shown that local application of DHEA can help improve symptoms such as dryness, itching, and pain by promoting tissue regeneration and reducing inflammation in the vaginal area. The production of dehydroepiandrosterone, testosterone, naturally declines with age, which may contribute to increased inflammation age-related diseases. By supplementing with DHEA, individuals may potentially restore optimal levels and support a healthy inflammatory response. This article, Case PubMed and Google Scholar, can provide more information on the effects of DHEA on the brain, exploring the link between DHEA and reduced inflammatory response. Numerous studies, including those found in article Case PubMed and Google Scholar, have shed light on the correlation between lower levels of dehydroepiandrosterone and increased inflammatory responses in the body. This hormone, produced by the adrenal glands, plays a crucial role in regulating various physiological processes, including inflammation in the brain. Restoring DHEA levels may hold the key to effectively managing and reducing inflammatory responses in IO patients. One recent pilot study published in Clinical Endocrinology examined the impact of dehydroepiandrosterone DHEA supplementation on inflammatory markers in postmenopausal women. The study, as mentioned in the article Cases PubMed, found that participants who received DHEA experienced a significant reduction in TNF-A levels, a pro-inflammatory cytokine associated with chronic inflammation. These findings suggest that DHEA supplementation, as supported by research on Google Scholar, could help modulate inflammatory pathways and promote a healthier inflammatory response. Monitoring dehydroepiandrosterone. The SORO, mentioned in this article, Case PubMed and Google Scholar, can provide valuable insights into an individual's inflammatory status. By assessing hormonal responses through regular testing, healthcare professionals can identify potential imbalances that may contribute to excessive inflammation. This knowledge allows for targeted interventions to restore optimal hormonal balance and mitigate the negative effects of chronic inflammation. In menopausal women specifically, declining dehydroepiandrosterone DHEA levels are commonly observed due to age-related changes in hormone production. As estrogen levels decrease during menopause, so does DHEA production. This decline has been associated with an increased risk of developing conditions related to chronic inflammation such as insulin resistance and cardiovascular disease. To learn more about this topic, you can find relevant articles on PubMed and Google Scholar. Furthermore, studies from article Case PubMed and Google Scholar have shown an inverse correlation between dehydroepiandrosterone DHEA levels and bone mineral density in postmenopausal women. Low bone mineral density is often indicative of underlying inflammation within the skeletal system. By addressing hormonal imbalances through lifestyle modifications or appropriate supplementation under medical guidance, it may be possible to mitigate this risk factor for osteoporosis. Additionally, IL-interleukin may also play a role in the inflammation associated with low bone mineral density. It is important to note that while research suggests a link between dehydroepiandrosterone high and reduced pulmonary inflammation, further investigation is needed to fully understand the mechanisms at play. However, the existing evidence underscores the potential benefits of maintaining optimal DHEA levels for overall health and well-being. To learn more, you can refer to the article on DHEA in PubMed or search for related studies on Google Scholar. Leveraging DHEA to combat inflammation. In conclusion, DHEA holds immense potential in the fight against inflammation. Its role in lowering inflammation levels has been well documented, making it a valuable tool for managing inflammatory conditions. Dehydroepiandrosterone acts as an anti-inflammatory agent working to reduce the body's inflammatory response. This article Case PubMed and Google Scholar can provide further information on the benefits of DHEA in managing inflammation. Understanding the mechanisms behind dehydroepiandrosterone's DHEA inflammatory effects is crucial in harnessing its full potential. Research suggests that DHEA can attenuate inflammation induced by LPs, as shown in the article Cas PubMed and Google Scholar, further highlighting its ability to combat inflammation at a cellular level. By exploring the link between dehydroepiandrosterone, DHEA, and reduced inflammatory response, we uncover new possibilities for inflammation management. The positive impact of DHEA on various inflammatory markers, as evidenced by article Cas PubMed Google Scholar, makes it a promising avenue for those seeking natural alternatives to traditional anti-inflammatory medications. To fully leverage the potential of dehydroepiandrosterone, DHEA, in combating inflammation, it is essential to consider incorporating it into your daily routine. Whether through dietary supplements or other forms of administration, taking advantage of this powerful compound may offer relief and support overall wellness. Don't forget to check out relevant articles on PubMed and Google Scholar for more information.